In 2023, Mumbai recorded the highest number of calls related to disasters in 4 years. But do we talk about these people who come out there and save us? Hardly. You will see people on screen with guns, running around, commandos, soldiers, you talk about them. And here we are with the firefighters, nobody talks about. I am literally ashamed. We are sitting in 2024 and we don't have any film which talks about firefighters. I'm sorry. And I'm so glad that you are here on NDTV talking to us. Harish sir, welcome to NDTV.
Thank you.
Today we have actors and the real person here. He's the hero, right?
Yes.
That's why I will first address him, talk to him, and then go to the actors. Now, first, I want to apologize from everybody for not acknowledging while we talk about firefighters every day. There is a report about fire every day. Just not fire, disaster, flood, everything. What is happening, what we are seeing right now, global warming. We are seeing you on paper every day, but nobody's talking about it. Today, before coming to this interview, I went on Google and tried to search few things about firefighters, about the statistics, and I couldn't find anything, especially in India. That's why I said in 2023, because I still don't have 2024 report. So, when you heard about this story and you saw that something like this is being made, what was your reaction to that?
My first reaction is that how one can think about that we should make film on fire. But I really feel good
it's
that
hard. It's high time.
Someone has thought about it.
Yes.
Because most of the time people recall us when there is any emergency, when there is a disaster, and they call for help.
Yeah.
But nobody makes sure that Baba, these people will get some kind of publicity and all those things.
Yeah. Second thing is, I didn't know that firefighters do investigation.
Yes.
And their job doesn't end there. And they all have to come together, the police, the investigating officer who is also a firefighter, to come together to solve a case. And I didn't know. And I was like, oh my God, Abira, what is this? But it is really heartwarming to see the trailer. I really liked it. The psychology of a human mind is immediate. Even a child who doesn't know what a fire is, they go to touch it and immediate reaction is the reflex action that we do, right? But here, you have to train your human mind, right? To fight that reflex action and go inside fire. Can you tell us a little bit about the kind of training that it takes to train your mind like that?
Sure. One who want to join the fire brigade now, he has to undergo the 6 months of rigorous training. That training involves classroom lessons as well as hands-on training. They have to perform the rescue operation, they have to fight the fire, how to extinguish the fire, how to use the equipments. There are tall ladders. See, Mumbai is now developing city, so there are skyscrapers. And to reach up to that height, we have different kind of ladders, that is hydraulic platform. So one need to have that kind of mindset, and he should not have height fear.
I was just going to say that, height fear.
So that is the thing, and you should be courageous. You should be that dedicated enough to put your all the strength and efforts to save the life and properties of the fire.
Absolutely.
Civilians.
Did you all go through this training session?
Oh yes.
How long?
Oh, yes. In fact, for around 12-15 days that we did this physical training, especially because it is a physically demanding job.
Of course.
And it is strenuous. Apart from that, I mean, what we actually had to learn was a lot of technicalities involved in handling these fire equipments. How do you hold the hose pipe, and the kind of stance,
so much force,
the kind of stance that you are supposed to take with all your weight on your front foot, so that it doesn't push you back. This is something very basic, but unless you do it, unless you hold it, you don't realize.
You don't realize it.
Yeah, I don't realize that. And it's not only that. There are the fire engine, the fire truck that we see on the road. It has lots of equipments in it. right from the cutter machines to different size of cutters to the hammers and spanners and the whole set of it. So how do you identify which kind of hose nozzle to be used? And all those things that we trained for. We also trained for climbing up the ladder. And without looking at the ladder is that's an amazing thing.
That they don't look at that, like they can't be like this.
No, they don't do it like, it's like you're looking up and that's how you climb. Yeah, so it has to almost become your muscle memory. And with the speed that they climb, it's amazing. You can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Climbing up is one part. The other part is taking somebody, rescuing somebody on your shoulder and then coming down with that weight.
Oh God, yes.
So it requires a lot of training. We did that. And I mean, your first question that you just asked him, that how do you train your brain for it?
Yeah.
This is what we as an actor wanted to tap, the psychology part of it. Because as you correctly said, that's how we are all, as human beings. The moment we see fire, our first reflex is to be away from it.
Yeah, absolutely.
These are the only set of people who go into it.
Yeah.
They just see the fire and then they realize, okay, now we have to get into it and save lives.
Absolutely.
Without knowing what is waiting for them inside the fire. So for that, we spoke to them. We spent a lot of time with them. We heard their couple of their experiences about incidences that they have, faced. And also we spoke to their families, which is very heart-touching, which is very emotional. Like I was just talking to them, that I spoke to one of the wives of firefighters, and she said that every time the fire bell rings, when these guys go in the truck, deep down our heart, we just pray for one thing, that the same number of people should come back. And it happens multiple times in a day. Imagine a person living with this fear, this concern every day. It is not easy.
Absolutely not. And another thing, I didn't know there are female firefighters.
There are.
And that is so heartwarming to just know that there are girls who do this. And it's amazing.
You started your interview with saying you are really sorry. And that's exactly what I felt when I read the script. I felt sorry, but I felt ashamed. I felt thoroughly ashamed at our ignorance. And I didn't know either before
the film.
And
we are all well-educated people.
Yes.
And I'm a journalist.
It's very shameful as actors, journalists, as citizens whose lives are being saved. Forget the profession. We just are so unaware of they are in your city, they're saving your lives. I was unaware of the women being represented in the fire department. So it's a matter of utmost shame. And I really, really am thankful to Rahul sir and Excel for putting this film out there. Which is what sir and we were just chatting before the interview started. He said, इस film के बाद at least लोगों तक ये खबर पहुंचेगी कि हम लोग क्या-क्या करते हैं.
So next year when we have a women's panel and women awards, we need more representation from the firefighters, right?
Absolutely.
Which we don't see at all. Any other rules that we don't know about that you guys, when you all found out, that you were shocked? That, oh my God, I didn't know this about firefighters.
I think I want to say it out loud because we think aag lagi hai to pani dalo. That's not the case. There are a lot of times, I'm playing an investigative officer in the film. So there are a lot of times where you need to know what kind of fire it is because some fires have to be doused with foam. If you put water on it, then the fire becomes even bigger.
Yeah, it will increase. It will increase because if the fire is there because of oil, and if you use water to douse the fire, it will increase the fire.
Because it is water reactive,
chemistry.
Suppose.
Yeah, it's chemistry, clean chemistry.
Chemistry. Because suppose there is aircraft fire.
Yeah.
If you put water on the wheels, it will
burst.
Hydrogen will come out and explosion will occur. So one has to understand means which extinguishing layer is to be used on the seat of fire.
So just getting there and just pulling out a pipe is not the
That's
job.
not the job.
In the trailer of Agni, we saw how police and firefighters come together and work together. Tell me about this. How does this happen? How they have to work with each other to solve a case?
See, this peculiar case of coordination with police and military, I will quote one example of fire call. You all know 2611.
Yeah.
And it was very challenging for the fire brigade itself because normally we are encountering with fire, heat, smoke. But apart from that, there were terrorists inside Nobody knows how many terrorists are there, because we heard lots of news that Kamte, Salaskar, and that all of big brass of the police were laid down by terrorists. So we are not aware of how many civilians are there inside. We have a number of firefighters, but at that time we are not allowed to go inside because police were there and terrorists were inside. So once they set the hotel on fire,
Yeah.
and especially second, third floor, so all the civilians were inside. They were shouting and they were asking for the help. Then, without thinking of anyone's order, we start rescue work. We never think that we don't have bulletproof jacket or any
You don't
other.
have guns.
Yeah.
You don't have bulletproof
Yes,
jackets.
yes, that is the job of
Because
police.
you're the only one
Yeah.
who didn't have bulletproof jackets.
Yeah.
Even the journalists were wearing bulletproof
Yes.
jackets
Yes.
outside.
But not a moment we thought that we don't have bulletproof jackets, so how we can go? Once they were screaming, they were shouting for help, nobody stops at their place. They were all rushed for the rescue as well as for firefighting. It is very much crucial that while dousing the fire, we have to rescue the peoples inside, and that too, they should all be safely
Rescued.
on the
properly,
ground. So at that time, this point of coordination came in the light. We are coordinating with the military, with the police, and with their guidance and assistance and coordination, we carried out that entire rescue operation. And luckily, nobody got any harm, injury. So that's the thing we done at that particular incident, Taj incident.
Yeah, that is one of a kind that we can't even imagine. There are two things. As a child, I always used to think, when there is no fire, what do firefighters do?
Yes, that's a good question, because we are silently working
Yeah.
at our fire station. We are throughout the years where there are various kinds of drills we are performing. There are sports, there are annual competition drill. One thing I would like to highlight: going to the ladder, climbing to the third floor, taking rescue, bringing it down, and going to your place. All these exercise are completed only in the 30-35 seconds.
Seconds.
So that kind of agility, that kind of strength you should have, and to keep these things at its place, regular drills, exercise, physical drill, and many other things are carried out at station. Regular sports competitions are held. Now sports are going on in this particular month. So various kind of sports are going on. So these all things keep firefighter busy as well as healthy, as well as keeping them in their shape. So all things are going on at the fire station level.
But I mean, imagine city like Mumbai. I don't think any fire station is relaxing any single day of the year,
Yeah.
because it's not only fire. There are so many other things that they are called
That's
for.
happening.
I mean, even if there's a bird that's stuck, it's the
there's firefighting
that goes
team
and
will come.
gets
Absolutely.
a bird, a cat stuck in a, it's always them. So they're never sitting.
I don't think that they'll have a single day off that way.
I would like to add in this particular thing. There was a fire call, not fire call, there was a bird rescue call. And the team of that Baikala fire station has attended that, and there was a bird stuck on the tree, and there were high tension wire going on along the side. And while rescuing that bird, that fireman got stuck up with that high voltage wire, and he on the spot he did.
Just
So
to rescue a bird.
yes. No, not just to rescue, but see that has also got a life.
Life. It's
Absolutely.
like one
So
life
value
versus
of life,
another
We are
life.
not thinking that it is bird or it is animal or cat or dog. It is a life, and by the virtue of resources we have, people are calling us to rescue, and we don't feel anything.
You don't think twice
less pride.
whose life it is.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just a
yeah,
life.
it's a life.
Yeah, that's
Because in society there are no other organization who can save those. So we are doing
okay.
that
Now
job.
my question is: this is a little complicated, but I'm trying to ask you: if you are, like you said, 2611, if there's a terrorist, he doesn't have a gun, maybe his bullets are gone, but he's stuck in fire, will you still rescue him?
Yes, definitely. Why not? We have to rescue him. Because after that, police will do their job, no? They will investigate, no? So that is more important. So for us, it's equal.
You will not leave him there?
Yes, no.
Okay, I'm questioning myself now. Okay, last question. All my questions are for him only.
Yeah. Why not? But
Very
I mean,
happy
that's how it should be.
Yeah, we are
also would
learning
love to
about it,
listen to
right?
him.
Okay, the last question is, do you ever get Hoax calls that they call you and maybe you go there and it's nothing?
Yes, that
And it's a crime, right?
No. Actually, it's crime. But
Yeah.
people are making fun of fire brigade. Wow, there is a fire call, you come.
sad.
But after that, caller vanishes. He switch off his phone and he just making fun of the fire brigade. So, but now the number of calls, previously it has to be more, but now it has reduced.
Yeah,
But I had asked this to one of the firemen when we were interacting with them, and he said that there are a lot of false calls that come and all. And I said, then beyond a point, you would realize that if this is happening, then you realize this call is. Okay, even if I realize, even if I have a gut feel, we have to
go.
attend,
Yeah.
because just in case, if this is right, if this is true, then we can't take a chance. So at the cost of people making fun, people, just playing prank, the call of duty is such that they just want to make sure that nobody is hurt, nobody is in danger.
Yeah.
What has been both of you, what has been your biggest learning while playing a firefighter?
The biggest learning is like, finding peace and joy in helping others. There's no bigger example than firefighters' lives that I've seen.
What about you?
For me also, we were chatting with someone in the morning, and your previous question, you said that just for a bird's life. He was talking to us and he said that hamare liye it can be a bird, it can be a dead body. We have to take to the box so the family sees the dead body, and then the soul, we feel like the person's passed away, but it's about delivering the body to the family as well. So the commitment they have to, we were asking him the same question, saying no firefighter film has been made. He said, see, we are very, very happy it's happening. But for us, our redemption is that one life that we save. That's our glamour, that's our redemption, that's why we do it. So it's just the dedication they have towards just wanting to rescue that one life.
And he put it very simply in the most simple most words. He said, ऐसा काम करने के बाद जो शांति मिलती है ना, उसे explain नहीं किया जा सकता. Which just says it all, yaar.
Absolutely. I agree with you guys. But after this interview, I have so many points of feeling sad that I am feeling guilty.
I felt that when I felt
Just
that when
now
I
I
read the
said,
script. Yes.
only for a bird. That is also making me feel guilty. But thank you for changing the perspective. Thank you for making us feel that, how we think in a daily basis, you all are so different. And I think they are Avengers.
Yes.
They are real
absolutely.
Avengers.
Yeah, they are real Avengers. They have superpowers, right?
Yes.
Because your mind is your power and they can defy that, they can go inside a fire and come out. I mean, that's amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you for talking to us, all of you.
Thank you.
And all the best for Agni.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.